How come they couldn't have just rendered all the cutscenes with the different
I need
costumes?
to locate where the bullet entered the core and where it
No, it's too much.
I would have loved to have seen the ones with the animated Batman.
Oh my goodness. They could use, if they used animated like Catwoman and they just had the alternate costumes for like everyone.
There is an yeah, they do actually. There's an animated. I don't know if there's one from Robin, but there's animated Catwoman, animated Nightwing.
That's great. No, and just segues back in.
The bullet entered through the window there. Now where did it hit?
Yeah, I just had
Ridiculous.
to adjust my microphone
Fight us
volume,
like a man.
which still appears to be quiet, but I'm sure it's just illusions. It's all lies.
Yeah. Just a pack of lies. So one of my favorite 90s like hard rock, early 2000s hard rock tropes is the manly cat yell. It's the meow, meow,
Meow.
meow. And the other one is this one's a little more earlier, I guess, but it's still you can still find it everywhere. It's the over enunciating. It's all just a pack of lies. Yeah.
The trajectory the bullet traveled will lead me to
singing with all the consonants.
My favorite will always be and this is really more exclusive to James Hetfield, who would always add an onto every word.
Oh.
We're here at Woodstock.
Will commence in 10 hours.
Crack-a-lacka. Crack-a-malacka. Molasses. Malarkey. We're just doing free association here on Saturn Studs.
Next time we name cheeses.
Name all the most inane things to name. We'll do the metal list.
He'll kill you for this Batman.
The fish list.
Fish list.
Trout.
Instead of the diss
I
list.
mean, come on.
Salmon. Tilapia. A personal favorite.
Pike. Don't think so.
Is he still in there?
No. I don't think I've ever had
There's
pike.
someone in there. Keep that door shut.
Seems like it would be
I
a
don't
tough
wanna go
cut.
head-to-head with Batman.
I don't really seafood, so I can't comment on any fishes from a taste perspective.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you the rundown on the old ahi tuna versus salmon versus tilapia. Don't get tilapia. That's budget fish for budget people.
You're a budget person.
Scared, Batman?
For real, like anyone who's had tilapia knows what I'm talking about. It's all the fish with none of the flavor or texture. You just have it. And if you like fish, sure, go for it. You put up any way you like. But it is if potatoes were fish, they'd be like tuna. If salmon was, or if wheat, was a fish, that would be like salmon. If rutabagas were a fish, they'd be tilapia.
That's it's quite the stretch to. Went from like staple foods to rutabagas, one of the more obscure vegetables.
I don't know the last time I had a rutabaga.
I don't think I
Or
had
last time I had okra, for that matter.
church.
Actually, that's probably more recent than you think. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of okra. I don't know. Yeah, all you people in the South might be. We can start that fight.
Hey, I mean they're living in the South. They already have questionable tastes.
Ooh, gumbolaya. That's the combination of gumbo and jambalaya.
Let the lady go, Bat Freak.
We also call it unintelligible soup.
In their heads.
I think you should do what he says.
The side of of Island.
Hold it right there.
They let me get very close before they said anything.
So anyway, here's the deal. Mr. J
They're just like, we'll just suss it out. We'll wait it out.
Like, is he walking towards us? Does he not see the guns? Does he not? Maybe we should tell him to stop.
He's not doing so good, and that idiot doctor I sent from here didn't help.
I don't like the depth of field with the first person. It's very finicky.
Yeah, it's got that sort of like, you know, the imagination haze over it too.
Yeah. All right. Well, time for the smoke bomb exit.
Attacking armed thugs head-on is suicide. I need to
I
disappear.
was saying
Pick them
Bobby
off silently
Cox
one by one.
holds Major League Baseball's record for most ejections as a manager. I always thought for the last one he should just like drop a smoke
Let's
bomb
keep it that
down.
way. Survey the room. Plan out my
And
tactics.
never return.
4 thugs, all armed, 2 hostages. This is gonna be easy.
We need to get out of here.
And he's right. I think this is probably the
I can
easiest
glide to the
Predator
scaffolding
room
above
in
him
the
without being
entire
seen.
series.
And take him down from there.
People die.
That won't
Yeah.
stop him. Oh man, I'm gonna die in here.
Seems like a ass toot
Could've-
observation.
What the? I thought you were just gonna stop there. It seems
You'll
like an
be
ass
okay.
toot, and I was
Wait
going to
here
ask,
and don't make a noise.
what the fuck does that have to do
That
with?
idiot thinks he's safe in the confessional.
And other
He's
non-ass
just made it
toots.
easier
I
for me
think
to
they
get
all
in behind him.
originate from the ass.
See him?
Well, just like there's a butt trumpet,
Can't see him.
there's a regular trumpet as well.
Stay calm.
So butt trumpet makes ass toots, and regular trumpet makes regular toots. Unless you have one of those ridiculous 4-valve trumpets. I saw a person with those once. He was, you know,
Answer me.
you could classify him as a trumpet nerd.
Or just a trumpet player. I mean, you have to have a certain degree of nerdiness to be a trumpet player.
Yeah, I mean, in my school, that was the standard. Like, if you played an instrument, you're just like, oh, there's trumpet or flute. And you know, I mean, if you're a girl, you play flute. And if you're a guy, you played like trumpet or saxophone or percussion. And then you
That
didn't do
covers
anything
a
as
wide gamut
percussion.
of instruments in your typical school band.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt, I appreciate you as a percussionist because I did not appreciate the kids in high school. They were the kind who were just gonna like futz around in the back of the band room and never like learned anything they could do, like their fundamentals. Right? But oh man. That was always hard.
I want this place locked down tight. All medical
Oh,
staff
yeah,
check
it was
find out
all
if anything was
very, at least the songs that they played in my school were all very brassy.
any of you just noticed. The Batman
Yeah.
just
They
died.
gotta do the
Anyone can find her.
wind
Give her-
ensemble.
And you've never
Okay, does
seen
everyone
a,
understand? Look after the wounded, keep
if
the
you want to
bad
see a
guys
bored
out.
musician,
Team,
look no
just keep
further
it that
than the drummer in a jazz band.
Oh god. Yes.
This is just on the hi-hat for like 87 measures straight.
Yeah, I was listening to jazz radio the other day, and there was like this long, like very sensual solo, like woman solo with a piano, and there was a drum, but the only drum sound was the hi-hat in the entire song,
That's all
just
it
going
is.
at like a steady beat. No, there's no like variation in the rhythm at all. It's just like, all right, give me the tiniest backbeat humanly possible.
Yeah. If
There's the gun.
they
looks
traded
like it's being
places,
controlled
you know,
remotely by
in
Joker.
most rock music, the bassist only has, you know, like, you know, a few notes to play, and the drummer gets to go nuts. But in jazz, the bassist has like a million notes to play, and the drummer just kind of sits there on the hi-hat.
I haven't seen you.
Oh, walking bass lines.
Let's see.
Fun to hear,
Asylum, some
arduous to do.
Not fun to play.
You left me
Well,
to
once
Yeah.
you get them down, they're fun to play. But when you're trying to learn them, you're like, what's going on here? There's no
worry about the
pattern.
bombs. Hurry up
Just
now.
notes. Doesn't stop.
It's like, what if Guitar Hero was in real life?
Oh. Oh boy.
Alfred, I've got a lock on the signal used to remotely control the sniper rifle. Joker's behind
Alright.
this.
Was there
Now
ever
to
any
find the
doubt?
Joker now.
The radio signal should lead me right to him.
Good luck, sir.
I am watching the stream right now, and I'm just on the, you just got up to the Park Row sniper position with all the bombs.
I told you she was up to something earlier. Why would Joker
Maybe 15 seconds ago. So since we're Batman Beyond now, and the Joker has returned in this, does that mean that this is now Batman Beyond Return of the Joker?
Yes, absolutely. I will take that. I'll take 12. Take the value pack.
Let's wager 1,200, Alex.
I don't like this. This whole place.
That's a beautiful thing about value packs, is that no matter how much you spend on them, there'll always still be a value, because it's not about how much money you spend on, it's about the relative money that you spent.
It's about that unit price.
And I'll keep telling that. I'm keep telling myself that for as long as I continue, for whenever I just previously overspend on any so-called deal. The more you spend, the more you save.
I don't think that's how that works.
That was a great XKCD comic where he just plots stuff like that, like slogans like that. And just like, he does a bar graph of how much you spend and how much you save. It's just a negative line down. Like, it couldn't be further from the truth. It's just wrong.
He just categorically false.
Interesting. Sounds dangerous.
I know what you guys are
Sionis Industries, named after Roman Sionis, commonly known as the Black Mask.
Mr. J.
all of it. But look on the bright side.
I thought for like half a second you'd be like, commonly known as Roman Reigns.
Although they're about as over as one another. Black Mask isn't exactly
I need to find a route to the
popular
Sionis
Batman
steel
villain.
mill.
Have you tried the front door, sir?
Yeah.
Didn't I think
What? I saw him in the, which animated movie was he in? Was that the Killing Joke?
No,
No.
I don't think so. Maybe he was.
The main chimney.
Though.
Okay then.
There's a new animated Batman movie coming out. It looks okay. It's the Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn one.
Oh, I think that might already be out.
Oh, maybe.
And
I don't know.
If it is, I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, some of these ones when they come out are the DC ones at least are, you know, sometimes passable. They sort of like slip into the shadows.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends, because like they make so many of them, and the majority of them are good. It just depends on who they get, you know, to do the voice acting and if the story's
The
interesting.
steam from the furnace will boil me alive.
And then you have
Cool
the
them
Marvel
cool
animated
somehow.
movies, which I know nothing about.
Generally not great, from what I've seen at least.
Yeah, they have Deadpool. I think he had some good stuff.
He was in one of
You
them,
remember
yeah.
that?
Like Hulk
That was the-
Wolverine or whatever.
Yep, I remember that got a lot of promotion, a lot of ad time. Or maybe that was just me on one of my superhero animated video clip binges. Those are great.
Awesome.
Sometimes I just start out on watching, like, I find a superhero movie clip, is like a little 4-minute clip on the front page, and I just go down a rabbit hole, because like there's all these clips. I'm like, oh, this one looks fun. Oh, and this one looks fun, and it just turns into like a TV tropes style hole. You just fall into.
I just fell in the
Joker
pit.
wants you to think you're sick. Then wham! Gotcha.
It's a lot of
I don't know,
goons.
man.
Little
I
goons.
promised you some entertainment.
Goons.
boy.
Little goons.
Little goons.
You should've tried
Little
hard.
goons.
That useless quack is
Oh, the Goon Squad.
you know what that?
I wonder if there's probably been an Italian wedding where the male party, groom party is the Groom Squad.
To the smelting chamber.
I'm
Mr.
sure.
J wants this one to suck
Like, I've
for a
never been
little
more
longer.
certain that an event has occurred in my life, ever. And that includes historical events that I've read about in textbooks.
He's gonna pay for screwing over Mr. J. I need him back here like yesterday.
Oh.
Cool. Let's go.
Running through the corridors.
Go.
Do 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 do.
Who
Alright,
was Holly talking about?
take inventory here.
It's the bat.
Like a stock boy at Costco.
Alright, yeah. I got critical strikes I gotta worry about now.
Game has been raised.
And break your arm. Please, thank you. Oh, there was still. Oh, come on. Just die. It's easy. You'll like it, I'm sure.
Easy, sleazy, beautiful
What the
cover girl.
hell are you doing here? You're
Uncover
Easy
girl,
and
like-
sleazy, yeah.
dead. Well, there's no way you're getting to Mr. J. We're safe and sound up here.
If I knew anything about makeup, this is where I would start like a makeup triad. Long rant about
Tirade? Is that the
Alfred,
word?
Tirade.
you're looking
Joker's
for?
holed
Yeah,
up in
and
the
I
manager's
was gonna say
office in the
triad.
steel mill.
I'm
That's
sure
a
you'll
that's-
completely
find a way,
different
son.
thing.
Of course I will.
Yes,
Some of
that
his
is the
goons
criminal
want the doctor away.
organization.
I'm going to find her first, then deal with Joker.
What did you call Umazawa's Jite? That made me, like, step back a little bit.
Muzawa's Jit.
Yes.
Oh, you will love the
Oh, I
latest.
saw it. I saw the hard to pronounce deck. But honestly, that wasn't the most frustrating part about that.
Yeah, no, I only watched it a little ways in, like 15 minutes of it. I don't know, and everyone was being like, I saw the comments being like, Tomer, you can't play the deck. Tomer, you suck at this. Why didn't you play test the deck beforehand? And I'm like, oh, okay, I know how this is gonna go.
He was really bad.
It's hard to watch. It really is.
Yeah, they need to stop showing his perspective. Like, he's good at like brewing decks. Like, you know, the deck lists he comes up with for Budget Commander and whatnot are usually pretty good. But when it comes to like making decisions in game, he's awful.
Yeah, I can like scope out any generic game of Commander Clash for you right now. Alright, so it starts out, you know, Jen establishes an aggro board state way too early and starts like smacking people in the face. Tomer builds up something crazy and Seth does it at the same time. They have a little spat about whether they should be friends or not, and they form an alliance but do nothing to you know, affirm that. They're just like, they just sort of state it. And Seth does something ridiculous, which Tomer like backs up, or no, Tomer non-bows himself. Absolutely, Tomer will just non-bow himself, and Seth will eliminate Jennifer in the first, you know, within the first 10 turns. And then they'll fight, and Richard and Tomer will have a squabble, and one of them will defeat one another, but it will be a Pyrrhic victory because Richard will just come in at the end, or I guess Tom.
Yeah, I miss Richard.
It's great. Every one of his guest segments, he just comes in and just snags the win because he knows how to politic.
Yeah, he's also like the best commander player in the group. He has an understanding of both building the decks and playing them.
Yeah.
He's like some weird Patara mixture of Tomer and Seth.
And he'll just sit there, and it's beautiful. And every time I watch him, just like